If you're looking for a chronograph that is small, reliable, and simple to use, you don't need to look any further than the Garmin Xero. Today I'm going to walk you through some of the key features of this Garmin unit to see if it's everything that you've been looking for. When you look at the capabilities of this chronograph, it's pretty impressive, especially for its size. Of course it's going to cover pistol and rifle, but it also can include suppressed use, bow, and even air rifle applications. Measure velocities can range from 100 to 5,000 feet per second, as long as you're selecting the correct application in the setup screen. Now first, what comes in the box is everything you're going to need to get started. The charging cable, tripod, and the unit itself. Setup is super simple. Just attach the unit to the tripod, turn it on, select New Session, choose your correct application, select the expected velocity range. Now place the unit in the correct location, which is going to be between 5 and 15 inches from whatever you're trying to measure the velocity of. And now you're ready to go. In my use case, I've had no need for aftermarket trigger adapters or external batteries, additional tripods, or memory cards that don't already come with the unit. You're ready to go right out of the box. I do want to be very clear here, you do have to select the correct velocity range to get your reading. If you accidentally select the incorrect range, like say 1,700 to 5,000 feet per second, and then shoot suppressed 22, it's not going to detect the shot. The internal battery is rated for 2,000 shots or 6 hours of use, and I've used it for very close to that length of time. Through firmware updates, Garmin has allowed this unit to charge and measure velocity now at the same time. So if you forgot to charge your unit, you can extend your session past the 6 hours with no problem, as long as it's not too hot. While you're measuring velocity, it's going to give you the last shot velocity, but you can also select up to 3 additional data displays that include minimum, maximum, average, standard deviation, extreme spread, and even the deviation from the average of your current string. Typically, I just display the average, standard deviation, and extreme spread, but you can customize this however you like. And all the information will be available to you later regardless of what your selection is. The brightness and timeout are adjustable to your liking. The display is backlit, so you should be able to see in most any lighting situation. If you want to delete all the old data off the unit itself, you can go right to the reset menu and just select clear all sessions, and the data will be cleared off the unit, but no worries, as long as you've synced it to the app with your phone, all the data should remain there. As far as accuracy concerned, the rifle measurement accuracy is plus or minus 0.1% of the target velocity. Bow, pistol, and air rifle measurements are plus or minus 0.4% of the target velocity. The operating temperature of the unit is from -10 to 55 degrees Celsius or 14 to 131 degrees Fahrenheit. Though keep in mind, if you're going to be charging it while using it, the charging temperature is only from 0 to 45 degrees C, so from 32 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So far in any of my 80-degree days, it hasn't been hot enough not to charge if I wanted to plug it in to check it out. This unit even has an IPX7 water rating. I did have to activate my unit and to get all the firmware updates with my phone, and there have been several. One potential downside of this unit is to really get the most out of it, you're going to need the app on your phone. I had to do this to activate the unit and get all of my firmware updates, and there have been several. Even though I'm not a huge fan of having a ton of apps on my phone, this is an area where I have to say Garmin has done a great job. They've done several firmware updates since it was released for small bug fixes, allowing it to charge while it's being used, and even improved the way to pull the CSV files off of the software. These have all been addressed through software and firmware updates since the unit has been released. The support they've given this unit has been excellent so far. My personal testing of this unit has included everything from muzzleloader, suppressed 22, all the way to a 338 Lapua Magnum with a crazy muzzle brake. And the only time that I didn't get a velocity was when I forgot to arm the unit itself, or I selected the incorrect velocity range for what I was expecting. All mistakes that were my fault, not the unit. Now I wanted to be confident in the velocities I was reading, so I performed a velocity comparison with the lab radar unit that I've had for a long time, and the data is very solid. My measured average difference between the two units over 3 days and over 400 individual shots, one day averaged 1 feet per second, and on the largest day was 6.5 feet per second. So if you're thinking of switching from a different measuring platform, rest assured the data this gives you is very consistent. Just the Garmin shot detection is so much better than I've ever seen before. Now, if you don't want to use the app on the range, don't worry. You absolutely do not have to. Personally, I use my unit, just create a new session, and sync it with my phone after my range session is complete. I can update any notes that I want to, and then email the CSV files to myself so I can review them later on my computer, though that's certainly not mandatory. Every time I use the Garmin Xero, I'm impressed with how reliable and easy it is to set up. There's no need to attach anything to your firearm. Just set it up in that 5 to 15 inch window and it just works. If that's the type of chronograph that you're looking for, you're not going to be disappointed in the Garmin Xero. I hope this has helped you decide if the Garmin Xero is the right chronograph for your needs, and happy shooting.